Virginia lawmakers trying to introduce a bill that will require drivers to use a GPS. Interesting. Well, I actually acquired a GPS through Christmas from my wonderful girlfriend that was affordable, and I know this is not a clickbait video like I did this one time that kind of got some negative feedback. In fact, this GPS is very affordable if this bill passes and you need one and you're on a budget. Anyway, sit back and relax, and let's just jump right into it. What's going on, Big Truck and Beef family? How y'all doing today? So yes, a Republican, interesting enough, wants to pass a law in Virginia that requires drivers to have a GPS in their truck. In other words, more government reach where they don't need to be reached. So has he ever driven a truck? Probably not. Does he know anything about driving? Probably not. But I had acquired a GPS from my girlfriend, and it's not anything that you would expect for the price. Now, if you're a new driver just getting on the road and you don't have a lot of money, you don't have your first paycheck, you're running on a cash advance or whatever the case may be, and you need a GPS, well, I found one that's pretty affordable. Or should I say my girlfriend did. Anyway, this is what I want to show you guys. So if you're having a hard time, if you cannot get a GPS, one of the $400, $300 GPSs, I would suggest for the right price, if you're on a budget that does its job, that gets you to where you need to go, is the XGODY 704. It's a 7-inch GPS screen, and it basically has everything you need for the money. Now, there are some issues I would like to talk about. I've used this GPS for a full week. I went from Missouri to Florida to Ohio, and I'm going back down to Florida, and I use it in a couple other states. And I put about almost 4,000 miles with this GPS, and they're, like I said, for the price, it's a great GPS. And then we're going to get into some pros and cons of it as well. So you're trying to get a GPS that's affordable. $74, actually $50 on some sites. This is the XGODY 704. It's got a 7-inch display, GPS nav with unlimited updates. It's 800 by 480 pixels. It's got an FM transmitter, video, audio, ebook reader, micro SD card, photo support, built-in dimmer, 8 gigabytes of ROM. Also, it's got a speaker, so when you are using it for navigation in certain areas, you can, instead of having to constantly look, it'll tell you what to do, just like any other GPS. It's got the power on and off. Earphone slot. It's got the USB slot, reset to factory reset it, and it's also got a 2.5 millimeter AV in and a micro SD port as well. So when I initially got this GPS, it took a little bit of tweaking to fully get it to recognize my truck. However, when I had the Ram McNally originally, I can tell you right now, this actually gets a lot better signal in the mountains and the cloud, like when it's cloudy, than the Ram McNally did. I don't see it losing GPS signal. It hasn't done it at all, actually. It's always stayed on point. Now, one of the kind of confusing things about it was when I went through a construction zone, it did try to lead me, somewhere off. But come on, what GPS has not done that? Because GPS are always following that route. Just, guys, when you buy a GPS, when you're following a GPS, you also have to use common sense. You cannot live off watching the screen on your GPS. And that's a problem with a lot of these drivers these days. They don't know how to drive without a GPS. And that's why I made the video that got some hate about the cheapest GPS you can have, and that was an Atlas. Because if you set up your route, plan ahead, plan accordingly, then you'll be good. This GPS is just mainly a tool. And the fact that this Virginia governor wants to make it a bill that requires drivers to have a trucking GPS that can cost you money, cost anybody money, that wants to cost hundreds of dollars to put in the truck, it kind of makes you wonder if they have any stock invested, because these GPS companies are just loving this law. But let me get into some cons of this. So every now and then I will get this error, and I did read online this was a major problem that they had. Sometimes this little error will come up, and basically I just exit out. They were talking how it would take them on non-GPS truck routes I haven't experienced that yet, but I did also set it up right. The basic setup of it, and I will do a tutorial on how to use this GPS in the future. Everything's converted to yards on there. I don't know why, but you know, with our trucks, we have to run under feet. Everything is run on like our trailer size and whatnot. This GPS has a lot of awesome little advantages to it. It is quick. It doesn't freeze up on me. And there's a certain way that when you put in the address, you have to set it up. Basically, you start with the state first, then you do the street, then you do the number. Like, there's a certain, you can't do it. You just have to put it directly like that. I haven't had an issue where it couldn't find an address. There was some people on the reviews saying they couldn't find an address, and part of me makes me think that they just didn't know how to enter the address the correct way. When I was going in through it, I had no problem. There was one time when I was still learning that I couldn't. I was like, oh wait, no, I have to put this in. Now the negative side of that is they do not have a longitude and latitude. One thing that the Garmin and the TomTom and the Ram McNally all had is you were able to put a longitude and latitude of the address you were going to on the GPS. This one does not have the option to put a longitude and latitude. The second thing is that the Ram McNally also had was where the scales were coming up. Whenever I was about a mile, 2 miles from the scales, it would say, hey, scale coming up. But if you have common sense and you have your atlas, you should know where the scales are. Plus, a lot of the scale houses tell you, hey, scale coming up, 1 mile, 2 miles, whatever. Another thing that is kind of upsetting, but it's not a big deal, is the truck stop factor of it. So if I go to destination on here, and you put find places, it doesn't have a truck stop. It doesn't have a truck stop dedicated type deal. It just shows you the gas stations and type areas. So I'll kind of show you guys the setup of it. So when you put in your address on here, you know, as you guys see, now when you go to find places, it doesn't actually give you a truck stop like the other GPSs does. It'll show you all the gas stations in the area, but if you have common sense, it'll show you, you know, I showed places found in the area I'm at, but it doesn't show like on the route like the other ones. Parking, they do have parking for rest areas, but it's not as easy to find, I guess you could say, and you got to be careful because this does not show truck parking only type areas. It shows a lot of regular parking as well, but as you guys see on this one, it's showing rest area, rest area, rest area. You know, and as you guys see from me clicking on it, it is quick. It's fast. It does what it needs to do. Accommodations, it shows the hotels nearby. And I think for the price, it's pretty good. For the price, you can't beat it. So the XGODY 704 is a pretty decent GPS for the price, you know, $50 to $74 wherever you get it. On the website, I think it goes for $54. $54 to have a GPS on your truck that works great. The battery life is not the best. It lasts about an hour unplugged. Normally I just keep it plugged in. It came with a suction cup or a handle to put on your window. It came with a cover to keep the sun out and keep the glare off. It came with 2 chargers, one that plugs into the car and the one that's just a regular USB charger. And it had a pretty good presentation on unboxing it, and I probably should have recorded myself unboxing it, but I'm not really good with these whole review channel type deals on stuff. But I wanted to show you guys this GPS to hopefully, maybe if you guys needed something affordable to use as a starting GPS for a new driver, this is the perfect one for you. Is it the top high quality brand? No, it is not. Does it have its issues? Absolutely. But I think for the price, it is a great GPS. I'm going to do more videos on this GPS as a truck driver, and I will give you guys more pros and cons of it. But one thing I want to let you guys know about this thing is don't follow your GPS. GPSs are great to have, but do not rely on them because you just never know. As for the updates, it does have free updates. There's a website in the package in the owner's manual of where to go to update your map all the time, but do not always rely on a GPS, no matter if it's the high quality $400 or $500 brand or the low $74 one. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you guys have any questions at all, I know this was kind of a stuttery type video, but like I said, I'm not very good at review stuff, but I would love to do some more review on this. There will be another video out showing you guys, doing some tutorials on it. If anybody decides they want to get one, or anybody that has one already wants to know something, because I'm going to get more in depth with this GPS. As for the display, you know, it's got a great display. You can adjust your brightness settings, and yeah, there's really no cons, or there's really nothing too big that's messed up with it. It's been a really good GPS for me personally on the road. So to my wonderful girlfriend who got it for me, thank you. And honestly, it was quite an eye-opener, because personally, I've always been that kind of guy to look at these big brands and think they were the only brand that you should buy. But it kind of made me think, you know, sometimes cheap can be good. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon for every time I upload. And if you like this video or have any questions, please let me know, and I will be glad to look it up or go through it and answer you, or do a video about it. This is a new GPS type system. I mean, it's not new. I don't know how long the company's been out. I don't know nothing about the company. I know it's nothing big compared to the Ram McNally, but it does the job, and that's what we need. So as usual, guys, you all be safe. The GPS is a tool. It is not to be relied upon, but it's a tool to use. And maybe this GPS for you new drivers that are getting out here that don't have a lot of money will be perfect for you until you can save up and buy a Ram McNally. So y'all be safe and have a wonderful day. And as usual, Big Trucker B out.